I'm coming to you from Gumbaynggirr country this morning, and I acknowledge and pay respects to the elders past, present and emerging in this place. I'm Peter Menzies. I've been working for Soilcon now for about 15 years. I choose to work for the Soil Conservation Service because we're like a family. We actually enjoy working together. We have good people doing good work for good clients right across the landscape, and the net benefit of our work is that we leave places better than we found them, and that's what I really like about it. The Soil Conservation Service offers clients a whole variety of services in the contaminated land space. Some are quite easy and simple. It might be an excavation uncovering some asbestos or something unknown, right through to derelict mine sites with highly contaminated tailings and quite technical rehabilitation goals. So we'll take on the whole suite. Clients will usually come to us when a problem's uncovered, and it might be unexpected and they might not know how to deal with it. The service offering we give to those clients is we'll understand their problem and come up with a solution for them. And it's a collaborative approach, so we like to work with our clients and try and find the most efficient, cost-effective solution to their problem, with the end game of returning something that might be unsafe for the community or the public to something that becomes safe and accessible, and in many cases an environmental asset. Safety is at the forefront of our mind. It's one of our core values, and part of that is doing the necessary pre-planning. So we put a lot of time and effort into scoping jobs, working out methodologies and techniques before we get the site. It's very important for us that we don't just blindly go into jobs and do whatever is on the scope of works if it's not safe to do so. We do actually encourage our staff to call out unsafe practices, and we work around that. It's important to note that not every contaminated site project is a Soil Conservation Service project. We have our key clients and we consider jobs very carefully, and really one of the key aspects for us deciding to take on a job is whether we can add value to that job. Typically where we add value is through innovation. Clients come to us with particularly complex jobs or tricky jobs where the open market won't deliver them an efficient and cost-effective method. That's where we really play in that space, where we collaborate, innovate and come up with a solution that satisfies them and us and produces a great result for the environment.
Standout project that I've completed in contaminated land space would have to be the Jennings Arsenic Rehabilitation Project. The result of the Jennings project was all positive. We met all our financial goals, so commercially it was a success. And the benefits to the community of that project are that the water quality leaving the site, not only surface water but groundwater, was vastly improved. So it's a very good outcome for the local community.
The Jennings project was a legacy project. It was a factory where they made prickly pear poison back in the 1920s. Residual effects of that is there was a lot of arsenic in the ground. When it came to the excavation and moving the soil, Soilcon was the choice for us in terms of how they deliver their projects and what they can do on ground and the resources they have. Soilcon was brought in at an early stage of the planning for remediation to ensure that it's actually deliverable on ground and not just, a plan on a page that's really difficult to implement. So they knew the site well enough to know whether it was achievable, what timeframes it might take. That was so beneficial. Like, it could have gone many different ways had we not had that expertise on site. It was so great to deal with them. Nothing was an issue. There was always, resolutions to problems that would arise. That's why Soilcon gets engaged to undertake these big excavation and earthwork projects. Collaboratively with ERM, it was just a dream team. Soilcon met all the requirements to have a happy community as much as they can. Granted that there was a lot of work undertaken on that site, so there was a bit of an impost to the community in that sense, but mitigated very well. We really could trust them to be on site and do the job. Again, ERM were on site as well. They just worked so well together that Crown Lands just, although we engaged them, could step back and let them deliver the project without any concern on our end. It all came together very well.
Often contaminated site projects will require a specific skill set, and so given a project presented to us, we would do an expression of interest through our staff to see if anyone in particular has a desire to run that project, and we would build a team around that. And then we would engage suitable contractors to help us deliver that project most efficiently and safely. We have great contractors and subcontractors that work for us, but we'll use local staff, incorporate local workers into our job sites as much as possible. We actually put a lot of thought into it, a lot of pre-planning.
We've got a lot of knowledge in this collectively across the business, and it's really vital to be able to construct these very complex projects in a way that is not only economical, but also has the achieved outcomes. It excites me to know that when we leave that project or that site, the place is going to be in much better shape than when we started.
It's just really great to have a contractor that cares.